Hi, this is Jason with Violator Comics and Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. This time we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Last Jedi C-3PO figure. And this is from the Star Wars The Last Jedi toy line from Hasbro from 2017. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the packaging. Take a look at the packaging. Pretty standard Last Jedi packaging. So you have the nice white background with the red logo of Star Wars. You also have a nice picture of C-3PO on the right side. All the figures actually have their own individual picture on the packaging. So if you buy a Kylo Ren figure, you're going to get Kylo Ren on the side, or Luke Skywalker will have Luke Skywalker on the side. It has a nice little strip that says C-3PO, and you can see the Force Link logo right here, which is the new gimmick for these toy line, where they have a special reader that reads the figure and also says like different voice commands, kind of like the Comtech chip reader from Episode 1. As we go to the back, basically there's like a nice big ad for the Force Link reader, and then it also has another little thing saying what it does. You can wear the bracelet and activate for sounds. Has these, StarWars.com logos and stuff like that. But pretty basic, pretty standard. I mean, it doesn't show anything else really in the toy line other than that reader. But let's get this guy opened up. So getting C-3PO opened up, they did a really good job as far as the molding of this figure. I mean, as far as the detailing and the different rivets and the different, little moving parts that's on this character, I think they did a good job with the, with this being a 3 3/4 inch figure. I mean, everything looks really, really good. I also do like the paint scheme. I remember getting my first C-3PO figure at the Power of the Force 2 toy line, and it was a real shiny C-3PO. That's one of my favorites. But I think that this, it's a duller color. It's not like really shiny. But it does have that metallic kind of look to it. I don't know if the camera really shows it very well. But, other than that, I really like the detailing in his stomach and the way they did that. And they painted the individual wires. And then also on his hands, the back side of his hands, the palms of his hands actually have like the black, which is what he does have on there. And I'll show that when I go a little bit closer. And then going on to the back, same thing. Great detail on this. They pretty much, captured everything and all the parts and things that, make C-3PO C-3PO. I think they did a great job. And they even continue those wires onto the back. As far as accessories, he doesn't come with any. I mean, I really don't remember, many C-3PO figures really ever coming with any accessories. Sometimes, I remember a broken C-3PO coming with Chewbacca, like he wore him during the Empire Strikes Back when he was all broken up. But I mean, other than that, I mean, you really don't see very many things because, you know, he's just C-3PO. He doesn't ever use anything. But articulation, pretty standard for this figure. So he's got his head moves, his arms move up and down. He does not move at the waist, and he has his legs that move forward and back. Pretty decent looking. I mean, pretty standard, you know, articulation for these 3 3/4 figures. I mean, they kind of went backwards in time. We had figures that had a lot more articulation, but these standard 3 3/4 figures just have those basic articulation points. But let's take a closer look at each part. Taking a look at his face, detail looks really good. They did a good job with the eyes. I mean, it's definitely got that look to it. As far as his eyes are concerned, they have a little black in his eyes as well. I mean, everything down to the rivets by his neck and everything. They did a great job, and as we kind of rotate to the back, you can see they really, you know, encompassed everything that makes him, you know, that recognizable character. Like I said, I love the midsection. I love the way they painted that. You took the time to paint those individual wires. I think that was a really cool thing. And, you know, most C-3PO figures have had that, but I mean, it's nice that they take that extra mile, especially because he doesn't come with any kind of accessories. But you can see the molding in his hands and individual pieces. They did a good job representing that in such a tiny, tiny figure. Take a look at his knees. He's even got really good looking knees, the way they did, you know, where it looks like there should be articulation there, and the molding of the moving parts. I mean, everything just looks top notch on this guy. I think they did a great job. Like I said, for being such a tiny figure, being 3 3/4 inch, they definitely put a lot of detail in this guy. Taking a look at his upper half of his body, you can definitely see same thing. He's got those individual wires painted. Now they're not as, you know, nicely painted as the front, you know, just the white, but it looks good. I mean, the molding in his little back section, I mean, that little circular section in his back, it's all there and detailed very, very well. Like I said, one of my favorite touches on this guy is how they did the palms of his hand that black. I think that looks really cool because that's what C-3PO has. If you've ever taken a really close look in the movies, you know, I think they did a really good job of that. They could have just done them all gold, but they took that extra mile to make those black. Now this is a Force Link figure, so you can use the Force Link device, which is right here, and you can use that to actually get him to say his different sayings and sound effects, and he has a little Force Link logo on the bottom as we move this close to...
I am C-3PO, human-cyborg relations. The chances of survival are 725 to 1. Without the Republic fleet, we're doomed. The chances of survival are 725 to 1.
And there's sound effects. Let's see if we can get it to do that.
Oh my!
Come on.
R2-D2, where are you?
I mean, pretty good. As far as this, the sounds are concerned, a lot of the figures don't really sound good. I mean, in all honesty, the only, you know, other ones that really sounded correct are the ones that actually come with this Force Link device. The Kylo Ren mask, he has that Kylo Ren sound that his mask, you know, when he's talking with the mask does and should. And then also the Chewbacca figure, I mean, pretty standard. So, I mean, and this guy, you know, Chewbacca and C-3PO are probably the closest you're going to get to having that, you know, movie style almost exact voice, which I think is really, really cool. You know, some of the other figures, like Rey just sounds like a British girl, and the regular Kylo Ren doesn't sound anything like him, and Luke Skywalker sounds like, you know, 20 years too young and doesn't sound anything like Luke Skywalker. But I think this figure definitely captures the sound of C-3PO. Now, I don't really like this device. I think this device is kind of shoddy and it doesn't always work when it's supposed to, but I mean, as far as...
I am C-3PO, human-cyborg relations.
You can see, as far as sound quality on this guy, he definitely sounds, he is one of the best so far. Finally, for size comparison, here we have C-3PO next to the Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi toy line. These are both the standard 3 3/4 inch figures. And as far as size, I mean, he's basically right where he should be. I think they did a good job as far as the sizing and stuff. I mean, he looks good. It fits in that 3 3/4 inch line really, really well. Let's take a look. We'll take a look at like Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren's typically a little bit taller than most of the other figures. Let's see if that seems, and you can see he definitely does tower over C-3PO a little bit. We'll really have to see, you know, we haven't seen these two characters, you know, on screen together in a long time. You know, same thing with Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker in this new series. So we'll have to kind of see how the size is, or if we even see C-3PO with Mark Hamill. But, you know, a great figure. Like I said, I like this figure. I like the detail. I think the paint looks good. I mean, it could have been a little shinier, almost like that gold-plated that was in the Power of the Force 2 toy line. But, I mean, that also shows a lot of fingerprints. So I think this is kind of a good common ground and kind of a nice midway as far as the paint's concerned. And like I said, a really good figure, and it sounds really good with the Force Link device, which is really, really nice. But once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles. If you have questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys next time.